pros and cons about chickens. The first pro is, well, eggs.
You get to know where your food comes from. Whether you're using your chickens for eggs or meat, you know that the eggs have more vitamins and minerals and nutrients, and that you're not supporting chicken factories.
Another pro is pest control. They eat grasshoppers, they eat worms, they eat snakes, they eat mice, they eat flying insects and
Ticks?
ticks, yeah. One con is poop scooping. They poop a lot, but there's also a pro to this. We can turn all this poop into compost for your garden.
There are lots of recipes for how to make a compost online, or you can also do compost tea to create a liquid to spray onto your garden and your lawn.
Another pro is chickens are low maintenance. And check out my YouTube video, Are Chickens a Lot of Work?
It'll teach you how to care for them each day.
Another pro is you learn a lot about chickens. For instance, a broody chicken. Yep, Margo's broody again.
So you get to learn about how to care for them, how to help them when they're broody, how to treat them when they're sick, etc.
Another pro is they don't need a lot of space and they love to free range. Check out my YouTube video of how many chickens can we fit in my coop.
To be honest, people that keep chickens in the city tend to buy a much smaller coop and just keep a couple chickens in there to be able to collect eggs every day, and they're perfectly happy.
Another pro is every single chicken has a unique personality and they have hours of entertainment. Another pro is that chickens are great conversation starters, and if they know you have chickens, there's a million questions they're going to ask you. Another pro is we learn a lot of life lessons about chickens, and they're fun to take care of.
As a kid, they learn about life and death and how to care for an animal that just loves to be cuddled and have a good home environment.
Another con is pecking order.
So being a chicken owner, if you have more than a couple chickens, you have to get used to pecking order. As you can see on Miss Thelma's head, she got picked on, so she's got a little wound and she's a little swollen on the side of her face. We're learning how to care for her and take care of her, but you do have to kind of get a little bit of a stronger stomach to be able to deal with that. Because if you interfere too much with pecking order, you're going to screw it all up and it's going to get worse.
Another con is chickens can make some noise.
As you probably have seen in our egg song video, chickens can make some noise when they're laying eggs in the hutch. They can also be a little more clucky in the morning and in the evening when they're getting ready for bed. So you should probably check with your neighbors if you live in the city and have some close by. Make sure that they're okay that you have chickens so they don't complain.
Another con is it's not guaranteed to get a hen. You may get a rooster, which if you're in the cities, you gotta have a plan.
You can't keep a rooster in the cities, for obvious reasons.
Except for not being able to have a rooster, every city has laws about how many chickens you can have.
So make sure to check with your city directly to see how many hens you can have and what their laws and regulations are.
Once you get chickens, you need to realize that chicken math is real.
You start out with 1 or 2 chickens, and then the one thing you realize after a couple years, your chickens aren't laying as many eggs as they normally do. Their eggs will start to decrease after a few years. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to completely stop laying eggs. They'll still lay a few eggs a couple times a week, and if you have happy chickens that have a lot of area to roam, they're more likely to continue to lay eggs for a lot longer. However, a lot of people realize egg production's dropping, so they get a couple more chickens, and then another year they get a couple more chickens, and before you know it, you're one of those chicken owners that has 20 chickens.
The thing to know is chickens can live to 7 to 12 years, so plan accordingly.
It all depends on their breed. Some will pass away really young, some live to be a ripe old age.
Another con is there's not that many vets that treat chickens.
So a lot of times you're kind of treating your chickens as you go and you're learning as you go. Check out our YouTube video on how to create an emergency box for your chickens.
Another con is they love to dig holes.
They try to dig these holes for dust baths. One way we can try to prevent this is
Giving them a proper place to take a dust bath. After all of this, I think this may help you weigh on your decision to have chickens.
to us, it's totally worth it.